Mormons, Christians. No. Once again, I'm me. Thanks for watching. Hold on. I should probably say a bit more. I actually can't believe that in the nearly 18 years I've been making these YouTube videos, I've never made a video on this topic. How is that even possible? If you don't know already, I'm a foreman, a former Mormon. I was raised in the church and left in 1993. I was married in the Los Angeles Temple, put out an album of Mormon music with Embryo Records, the biggest Mormon record company at the time. I taught the gospel doctrine class on Sundays and was in it up to my eyeballs, maybe even my eyebrows. I still wouldn't have thought to make this video now if one of my favorite new YouTubers, Dan McClellan, all right, let's see it, hadn't gotten into a spat with Michael Jones from the Inspiring Philosophy channel about this very topic. Although I have to say that debate is kind of strange. A very technical back and forth about the no true Scotsman fallacy. It never really gets to the heart of the matter, as I see it. I'll link in the description. A while before I left the Mormon Church, back when I was still working in Dennis Prager's office, I wrote an essay titled, "Why Mormons Are Not Christians." Dennis actually edited the piece for me, and I had planned to get it published in one of the various Mormon journals of thought. And no, that's not necessarily an oxymoron. I left the church shortly thereafter and lost interest in publishing the piece, nor do I have any idea what happened to it. But the gist of it was theological. My claim is that religions are defined fundamentally by their concept of God. If you share a given concept, basically, even roughly, you are members of the same religion. If you don't, if your new religion branches off and has a completely different idea about who and what God is, then you need to stop riding the coattails of the parent religion and be honest about this most foundational difference. In the case of Mormonism, there could not be a more dramatic difference. The Mormon God bears no resemblance to the God of traditional post-Nicene Trinitarian Christianity. Indeed, the Mormon God is not even the God, capital T, capital G. He is not the creator of all. He is a God. He is created. He exists in time. He is a physical being with a body of flesh and bone, and he loves the ladies like no God before or since, with many, many, many wives. Possibly. Probably. Almost certainly. Mormonism doesn't really have a concept of the God, capital T, capital G. There's a couplet Mormons used to be fond of back when I was still a member, which says, "As man now is, God once was. As God now is, man may become." So the Mormon God was not always a God, but a mere mortal, who became a God through obedience to certain principles which supposedly are now taught by the Mormon Church and are open to you and me. If becoming a God is your thing. Nor is Mormon Jesus the Jesus of traditional Trinitarian Christianity. Jesus is not co-eternal, nor is he co-equal with the Father. According to Mormonism, Jesus is the literal spirit child of God, his firstborn. Whatever it means to be a literal spirit child of God. And it's not clear from Mormon theology if Jesus was even a God until after the resurrection. He and the Father are certainly not one in any Trinitarian sense, nor is Mormonism in any way monotheistic. This is what defines Christianity from Judaism, and defines the two as separate religions. At a certain point, Christians could no longer say the Shema as Jews said it. "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one." They had to add on. But there are also three, and one of those three now has a resurrected body of flesh and bone, whose flesh you can eat and whose blood you can drink, on a weekly basis no less. perhaps even more frequently if you're really devoted. Likewise, Mormons have defined other Mormons as being outside the fold for far less. For decades, beginning during the time of their prophet Joseph Smith, the Mormons practiced polygamy. The practice was officially halted in 1890. And now, when the Mormon Church discovers Mormons practicing polygamy, they are excommunicated and are no longer Mormon, even though they share the same concept of God. They are defined as being outside the religion. If Mormons can define other Mormons as being out of bounds, while they share the same theology regarding who and what God is, Christians certainly have the right to declare Mormonism unchristian, when the two have virtually nothing in common regarding God and Jesus, especially when Mormons think the two are living on some planet near the star Kolob. Although that would explain Jesus' ascension, right? Boy, that must have been a really long trip. Once again, I'm me. Thanks for watching.